Hi YouTube, Alan here. So today's the day I fixed my heated bed. First off, I want to thank you all out there on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram on your suggestions on how to fix my heat bed. I was kind of going back and forth on solder, don't solder, and so I got a lot of really good suggestions and ideas, and I decided to go with a don't solder method. So let's jump into it. First off, I took the remaining wire off and I took out the rivets. I did this using a Dremel, and so I just kind of wore them down until they popped off. So then I cleaned up underneath where the wires were connected with a Dremel to make sure that there was good contact for the new wires to put on. And so that's where we are today. So I went out and I got some extra wires and some nuts and bolts and some connectors. So let's get to it and I'll show you how I'm fixing my heat bed. So first off, it's stripping the wires and attaching onto the terminals. So now the wires are ready to connect onto the heat bed. So here's our heat bed here, all cleaned up and ready to go. Move that out of the way. So it doesn't matter which terminal goes on which side, just get to pick one. So I decided to go with a bolt-on method just because that way it's easier to remove if I want to later. So I'll just thread the bolts through. And these are just M3 by 10 millimeter screws that came with they were extra for my printer. I thought may as well reuse them. That should be good. So there we are, the heater's wired up. The next step is insulation. So this was kind of where I got stuck on how to insulate these. So I decided to try some of this shrink wrap and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I do have another option, but I had some of this lying around, so I thought I'd see if it would work first. And if not, there's some silicone tape that I can go get, but you know, that costs a little bit, so I was trying to avoid it. So let's see if this will work. So there we have it. The insulation's stuck down. Trim that just a little bit. So I'm going to stick the heater back down now, since there's insulation between there. So there. I think I fixed it. So now I'm going to go and plug it in and see if it works. So here we are in with my 3D printer, and heated bed is all connected up. So let's see if it works. So I put on 80, let's see if we can get it up to 80. Here goes nothing. I feel a little heat coming off of it. It's up to 32 degrees, so that's good. So I got my multimeter out, let's see how it's going. So there's 12 volts across there. There's 0 across there, so it's not leaking energy into the bed, which is really good. It's heating up. I can feel heat coming off of it now. Temperature sensor's going up. It's at 54 degrees now, so everything looks like it's working out well. I'll keep an eye on it just to make sure that it keeps working out well and it's not shorting out and the insulation underneath hasn't given up. If it has, then I can go back in and put something a bit better in there, just to make sure that there's, you know, it's the insulation so it's not shorting through the bed again, and using this as the heater instead of all of this area. So yeah, it's heating up nicely. It's almost at 60 degrees. Yeah, so I think this is a success. So I'm going to go and put the thermal insulation back on, and then reinstall the bed, rerun the wiring back through to the board, and see if I can get a print out of it. So that was a successful repair of my heated bed for my 3D printer. So it's currently printing, so I'll let you know how that goes. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments, please leave them down below. Thanks.